everybody. Welcome to the Sarah Normal Activity. I'm Sarah.
I'm Nick.
And today we're going to talk about, we found it, we were just talking about Nicolas Cage in The Carpenter, and it kind of made me think of a bunch of Carpenter's son. What did I say? The Carpenter?
The Carpenter, yeah.
Carpenter, that's fine. Carpenter's son.
Yeah, so nobody on the internet's like, it's the Carpenter's son.
They can't even say his name. That's the one thing.
Yeah, they can't even say his name. It doesn't make sense completely, because he's playing Jesus, right?
I don't know.
That's what I thought.
Because I think there's like...
He's the carpenter, though. But maybe not. Maybe he's the son of Jesus? I don't know.
Well, Jesus had to learn from somebody.
That's true. You know what? Wait a minute. Joseph probably taught him. You know what? You're right. I'm wrong. That's correct. He had to learn. He couldn't just pick it up. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. I mean, he's a miracle worker, but like, you got to learn how to use it.
You still got to go to trade school. You still got to go to trade school. Yeah. Even Jesus had to go to trade school. Like, come on.
So, but I was thinking about that. Yeah. So let's start with that. So okay. What was your impression when you saw, because I haven't watched it. I have not watched it. I've been reading a lot of things, but I didn't like the teaser didn't really
give you much. Yeah. So, because I found it, because I saw this thing on the internet and social media and all that, where people, Christian groups and religious groups are upset, calling the movie blasphemous because it is the story of Jesus. It's Nicolas Cage and FKA Twigs. That's right. That's how you say it, right? You say the letters, right?
I think it's so old. It's formerly known as.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Oh, formerly known. Oh, okay. Yes. She plays Mother Mary for sure. But it's Jesus, and I believe it's like him in the desert when he was there for the 40 days and 40 nights. I think specifically that. I'm not sure. Yeah. But it's a horror film.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. But the thing is that it's a horror film. It's like, it's not just like, oh, it's the story of Jesus. I think it's him in the desert for the 40 days and 40 nights being tempted. But it's like a horror, which is like, if you're going to do a horror version of it, that's pretty interesting. Because like, that's when like the devil was tempting him and like messing with him and stuff. And like, he would see, and it's like him seeing all this horrific stuff. So it's like, that kind of makes sense to turn that part into a horror movie.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah. I read up a little bit about like they're mad because it's about their God. And I'm just gonna a quick disclaimer. Like, I am an atheist. I do not believe. I think that you should be allowed to believe whatever you want to believe.
Yeah.
I also reserve the right to like make fun of it.
Yeah.
Don't think
I was raised Catholic.
Yeah.
I'm like agnostic now.
Yeah.
I agree. You should be able to believe whatever you believe, as long as it doesn't hurt anyone or yourself. Then, hey, if it makes you happy, great.
Great. Yes. And I'm not making fun of religion. I'm making fun of the people who react in stupid ways and use it as a mask to hurt people. Yeah. So that's just, we're on the same page, right? Mm-hmm. So from what I'm gathering, it's because he based it on St. Thomas's books, which are like, they're the Gnostic books, and they're not canon. They're not Jesus canon, I guess.
They're not Jesus canon. Yeah. They're like the Star Wars books that after the new trilogy came out, they put away, and that's what happened. That's what they did. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. It's like how I feel about the Phantom Menace, where I'm like, it's not really part of this. Yeah. So, but it's about like my understanding is that they're Gnostic writings. So and Gnostic is like, they are people who believe that you are not saved through faith, that you're saved through like secret knowledge and like being an insider. But then people, like a lot of like Christians and Catholics, are like angry because it's like, no, I'm saved through my faith. So
yeah,
they're like, St. Thomas is an asshole. Screw that guy.
Screw that guy. He didn't know what he's talking about. Yeah.
And and the only other the big thing that they were just really clung on to is that Jesus, the young Jesus, his name is the boy in the movie. They won't. It's like, that demons won't even say his name.
Yeah.
Like, well, we can say it all we want. Maybe there are other reasons why. Maybe Jesus isn't really like Jesus yet. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So
because I haven't, because there's only a little bit of it that's been talked about, and I know that it's mostly controversy. And like, I watched the teaser trailer, and you said you did too, right?
I did. Yeah, I did.
It doesn't give too much. And it's because it's a teaser trailer. It's understandable.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think the whole reason why it's the Carpenter's son and it's like the boy, it's because they don't want to be like Jesus horror film. Jesus,
Yeah.
it's gonna get I think they know that it's gonna get enough controversy and stuff.
Yeah.
And I think it's because they're keeping it like open ended to not just be like so specific. But it's like, yeah, we're getting these stories. This is a thing that we're taking into account. I don't think it's because they're afraid to say it. I think it's cool that they're just like, here's a story. Here's
Yeah.
a story that we
The
took,
idea,
and we're
and the
creating
idea
a
of
horror
like if he's like a miracle worker and he can do all these things, he could also maybe do them when he was a kid. So like that's
Yeah.
interesting to me. So it reminds me of the the Twilight Zone where the little boy could
Oh
like
yeah.
do things with his mind. Like it's very I
Hmm.
think that's very
And they're afraid
very
of them.
similar.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
or like Brightburn where
Oh yeah,
Brightburn, yeah. It's
yeah.
like the opposite of Superman. And Superman is not a Jesus metaphor though. Superman is a Moses.
Moses. Oh, is he?
Yeah, because it's
I
like
didn't know that.
he like comes down. It's like he's in the
Mm,
pod, which is like
he's been
the
sent down. So that
basket.
makes
Yeah.
sense. Yes, because
Um,
a lot of stories are Jesus metaphors.
yeah.
But okay, that makes some more sense that he is a Moses. He was sent from the. Yes, that makes sense. Yeah, never thought of it that way. Very cool.
So the it just made me think of this guy who is interesting. This is
Mm,
from
but let's watch it.
we don't have to watch the
We.
whole thing.
I only saw like a snippet of it one time. I just recognized this thing. But yeah,
Yeah.
use
Revelation
competent.
Oh,
Unraveled.
sorry.
I'm your
No,
host,
you're
William Tapley, also known as the third eagle of the apocalypse and the co-prophet of the end times.
wow.
And incidentally, also someone who called the last two elections in the United States 100% correct. And you name any other so-called prophet on YouTube who did the same.
Have you ever flipped a coin twice in a row and gotten
Yeah, and got it right. Like I think a lot of people were able to kind of like kind of be like, I think it's gonna go this way, and I think it's gonna go that way. Yeah.
Right. So the fun thing about this is this dude's a huge Trumper. He's a religious person, and I'm not gonna say I don't know what his affiliation is. He seems to kind of be his own thing,
Hmm.
but loves Trump, which is amazing when you see what he says.
I don't think
Wait.
so. But the election is over with. Many people have asked me to comment on it, but it's over and done with, and it is time to move on. And you Democrats, you who think that you could deny God 3 times at your convention, and that Satan will therefore let you have the word for 4 more years,
Okay, I should probably cut this part out because he refers to Obama as the leopard, which is
Jesus.
uncool.
When he talks about the election, is he talking about the previous, the most recent one?
This is many years ago. So this is
Oh, is this after the
this
first
is
time
when
Trump?
This was Obama. So
Oh, this is after Obama.
yeah. So I will
Oh,
say I'm not going to post it here. I think we should just jump ahead to what he's going to say.
yeah.
But he does say that the next person after Obama is Satan, which
Oh, that's funny.
I kind of wanted to like. I don't know if I could still.
the arrival of the Antichrist.
There it is. Yeah.
Now, many times in the past 4 years, God has revealed who Barack Obama is through sporting events. And I've already gone through that many times on this program,
Let's
so I won't repeat
let's not beat a
myself.
dead horse.
This time, however, God has changed his plans. He is announcing the Antichrist through popular music. And I only discovered that myself this week. And I am passing along my information to you just as soon as I receive it. And in fact, I'm asking for help from my YouTube subscribers because very often you give me ideas which did not occur to me. I am not very much into popular music. I know some of you probably are. So I am going to give 2 examples on this program which are really amazing. But I am sure there are many others out there. The 2 popular songs I want to talk about on this program are Gangnam Style and Call Me Maybe.
And Call Me Maybe. I love that. First of all, this guy's like, hey, I'm pretty sure that God's trying to send us message through music. I don't know music that well, so I left it up to all of you to send me stuff, and I'm just gonna listen. So they sent him Gangnam Style and Call Me Maybe, and he went, yes, you're right. That sounds about right to me.
He was like, I hear Satan speaking to me through this music. Satan is calling me. Well, he also says that it's God is speaking is showing you who Satan is, and then it's like, but then it's Satan is in the music. So it's like, should we listen to it? Should we listen to the music because it's what God has to say, or should we not listen to it because it's Satan? Like,
no, I thought the same thing. It is confusing because he's like, God's showing us who it is through. So I don't know if what he's trying to say is that God's like, hey, keep an eye out because that music's Satan's music. I think he's trying to say it's Satan music and God's showing us, but I think he's saying it in such a weird way.
Yeah.
It does sound like he's saying.
I can tell they are really the two most popular viral videos on YouTube for the past several months. If you search either of those titles, you will find hundreds of thousands of results. And many people are making parodies of those songs. And they are very tuneful, they are bouncy, they're uplifting. As far as I can see, they are not like Lady Gaga or Madonna videos. I see very little nudity, for example, in them. Very little sexual perversion, Satanism, and so on. Those things are usually featured in popular videos. I don't hear any swear words, for example. I don't hear curse words. So I believe God is using videos of this type to get out his message because he knows they have a much wider popularity.
I want to send this guy that OKCO video where they're on the treadmill.
One of the treadmills, just so he can be like, yeah, I get it. You're right.
How he can twist it.
I can turn this in. Like, and I like how he's just like, these are public. I'm getting curious because now he's like saying how it's not like Lady Gaga or Madonna where it is just like satanic. So maybe he is saying, because these songs are like more uplifting, that God is like, hey, be careful. These are God's songs coming in. Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, where it's like, you might be avoiding looking at someone's, little chesty areas.
Yeah.
And that's keeping you from Satan. But hey, even these bouncy tunefuls
are coming for you. They're the real trick.
More people are going to watch them, including families. And these are the people God wants to get his message to. And I'm not saying the people who made these videos or who wrote these songs knew what they were doing. I don't think they did. It's like, for example, when Barack Obama used the word war 44 times in his acceptance speech at the Nobel Peace Prize. I don't think he counted those words beforehand.
No.
But God was giving us a message, just as he is doing with this popular music. So first, let's take a look at Gangnam Style.
It is confusing because he was, okay, so he considers Barack Obama bad, right?
Yeah.
He calls him whatever. But it's weird because he's like saying, I don't think Barack Obama was aware of what he was saying. God was giving us the message. But you're right, he keeps bouncing around of like, so God's working through Barack? Because technically he's saying God's giving us the message because he keeps saying war. But Barack's talking and he's the bad person. You're right, it doesn't make sense how he delivers it.
Yeah, he's twisted. Yeah, I mean, he's a self-proclaimed prophet. But I think
the eagle eye, the third eagle eye, whatever he called himself.
Third eagle of the apocalypse.
Yeah, third eye blind. Yeah.
Eagle the three most important words are Open Gangnam Style. And if you put those into English, I mean, those are Korean. If you put those into English, I believe the words that we want to study are Open Gangland Style.
So that is not what that means.
Right? That's not the translation of that, right? No.
Yeah. Oppa, I'm not sure. Oppa is just like, hey, look, I think. And Gangnam is like an area in Korea that's like posh, that people say like, I'm walking around Gangnam Style. Like,
yeah, because that's what that whole song meant, right? Yeah, it was like, Oppa, Gangnam Style. Like he's doing that style. That's why he's all dressed up. That's all that meant.
It's like being like, hey, Manhattan Style. Like.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
That's it. It's not Gangland. They're not.
Open Gangland Style.
And now this is very interesting.
No, it's not.
The Antichrist is revealing himself through this phrase. Open means that this is the grand opening of the reign of the Antichrist. That is what the word open is referring to. Gangland refers to the reign of the Antichrist because remember, he is the lawless one as found in the Bible. And style, of course, indicates that he is not a man of substance. He is all froth and frivolity. He is not a serious human being. He is evil. And that is what Open Gangland Style is referring to. So now let's look at the other big viral hit of the summer on YouTube, and that is call me maybe.
Oh man.
And there are
Right.
4 very significant phrases in this song. The first one is, hey, I just met you. This is crazy, but here's my number. Call me maybe.
Oh my God.
Let's look at those 4
That
phrases
delivery.
separately and see how God is revealing to us the name of the Antichrist. Hey, I just met you. Now, the I in this case refers to the Antichrist. And just meeting you means that he is revealing himself. This is the Antichrist's entrance into the end times. And this is crazy. That's the 7 years of tribulation. Remember back in Daniel.
7 years of tribulation.
And this is crazy. This 7 years of tribulation. Hey, I just met you, and this 7 years of tribulation is crazy.
Hey, listen. I can't. Okay, we gotta keep going.
Chapter number 4, King Nebuchadnezzar goes crazy or insane for 7 times. He lives among the beasts and eats grass. The beasts that he lives among are the 2 beasts of the Revelation, the Antichrist and the false prophet. Those are the 7 years of insanity. And this is when the Antichrist is going to reveal himself during those 7 years.
This is crazy.
But here's my number. And of course, I think it should be obvious to you what the Antichrist number is. His number is 666. And he is not talking here about a telephone number. He is talking here about his number of the beast, which he is going to give to every one of us. That's what he means when he says, here's my number. And the last phrase is really the most interesting. So call me maybe. Now, he's not saying call me on the telephone. What the Antichrist is saying here is, my name is maybe. Call me maybe. Now, what's interesting is that Nostradamus also called the Antichrist Mabus. Is there a connection between Mabus and maybe?
I don't think there is.
So these 2 words for the Antichrist, Mabus and maybe, are not identical, but they are very similar. They both begin with the letters M-A-B. Now, I know some people say that Obama is the Antichrist. And they say that the B, A, and the M are reversed in his name, but that comes from Mabus.
God, people really dig. They really dig for like meaning in things, isn't that?
It's that conspiracy stuff that you hear all the time, where people are so like, we gotta find anything. I will say, this is ridiculous, but how he got there with those lyrics, I mean, for him to like figure that out is pretty spectacular. For him to like
doing his work,
find that connection, just to like that stretch is, I was like, I mean, this is ridiculous, but I could see how people that are susceptible to this are just like ready to like would be like, oh, wow, it's there. Because when you just start to be like you said, he's just like, the connection is, this starts with MAB, this starts out with MAB. And Nostradamus called, and it's just like, you're going through such hoops to get there.
Yeah.
But it's bonkers.
It's bonkers. Let's see if there's anything left in here.
Let's look at Daniel chapter number 3, verses 5, 7, 10, and 15. Notice that this phrase is repeated 4 times. That means that this is very important for the end times. At what time you hear the sound of the horn, the flute, the harp, lyre, psaltery, dulcimer, and all kinds of music.
I don't know what the psaltery is.
Yeah.
There's
I've never heard that.
some fun ones in there. Anyway.
Some instrument. I would have loved if when he pulled up the thing and it said like Daniel, whatever, if it just said, hey, this is crazy. He just said the lyrics to Call Me Maybe. It still just says that.
The Lord said.
And the Lord said, this is crazy. Here's my number.
Image that Nebuchadnezzar the king has set up. You really need to study Daniel. These end times are going by faster and faster. I would not be surprised if we saw many more signs in the coming days and weeks about the Antichrist, which will be verified in that great Old Testament prophet, Daniel. And so, in conclusion, I don't believe the Lord is going to give us any more clues to the identity of Barack Obama. His time has almost passed. Our Lord spent 4 years revealing to us who he was, and he has already shifted gears, and now God is telling us who the Antichrist will be. And as I said before, I am enlisting the help of my YouTube subscribers because I simply cannot follow all of popular music. But look for this type of video. Don't look at the satanic evil ones with nudity and swear words and so on. Look at the ones that are happy and bouncing and uplifting, because those are the ones in which God is going to use to tell us who the Antichrist is. And as always, I do offer a free copy of my book, Revelation Unraveled, for any of you who are interested. You can write to the address you see on your screen.
No, don't give him any money.
Well, he said it's free, so.
Oh, right.
That's good.
Well,
I just like his setup too. He's got his little mic. He's got the little lake in the back.
he's got like a little fake like lake happening in the background. We love it. Very, very gentle, very peaceful.
Peaceful guy. Yeah. That was hilarious. The way that he just tries to. I feel like that could be a sketch.
Yeah.
Of just like a dude finding me, and I like how he was like, "Don't worry about the, like, crazy music with naked people and satanic thing. It's the happy stuff." So it makes me go like, "What do you listen to? What music do you think is okay to? I guess religious music. I guess.
Yeah, I guess
Christian rock or something.
Just a plinky piano, maybe.
He's like everything is. Beethoven was trying to tell us that the Antichrist is coming. But yeah, he doesn't make any. He keeps, like you were saying, it doesn't make sense because he's saying like the Lord is trying to tell us through the music, but the music is Satan. So it's like, what?
Yeah.
So who's telling us what? Yeah.
It's like, listen, but don't listen to the swear words, but do listen to the happy things, and then tell me what's popular, and I'll tell you what Satan is trying to tell us.
Yeah, send me popular music because I don't listen to any of it, and then I'll look at it and I'll just try to do loops to make it make sense how this is all connected. Yeah.
He's gross. He gives me links. So this reminded me of Candace Cameron Bure letting us know, she looks fantastic, by the way. Letting us know about why she doesn't watch horror movies in her house. And you're familiar with this?
Yeah, but let's watch it because I'd love to talk about this.
I'm serious about a spiritual thing happening, and then they're rolling their eyes at me like the portal.
Candace Cameron Bure says she doesn't let her family watch scary movies inside her home due to a demonic portal. The Full House alum, who has been outspoken about her Christian faith, opened up about her thoughts about consuming horror during her podcast. In our house as a mom, I feel like you guys make fun of me when I talk about. They make fun of me all the time, but particularly when I'm serious about a spiritual thing happening, and then they're rolling their eyes at me, like the portal. Adding that her children, Natasha, Lev, and Maxim, and husband Valerie Bure, laugh at me because of the portal. I'm like, you're opening up a portal.
You're opening up a portal.
Bure went on to detail what she meant by portal, adding, like, if you're watching this or you're playing this video game or whatever, that's a portal that could let stuff inside our home. I don't even want someone watching a scary movie in our house on the TV because to me, that's just a portal.
If you're watching this or you're playing this video game or whatever, like that's a portal that could let stuff inside our home. Like I don't even want someone watching a scary movie in our house on the TV because to me, that's just a portal.
The actress acknowledged the irony as she's been working in TV and film since she was a child and understands how films are made. However, she feels there can still be something demonic about horror movies.
Like she understands because she knows how TV and film works, but she still thinks that evil can come through and this isn't the first time because I've heard this before, and like I don't know if you remember a while back, Tiffany Haddish had a thing because I think Jordan Peele wanted her to be in one of his films. I can't remember which one, or she was offered some big horror film from one of the big directors. I'm pretty sure it was Jordan Peele, and she did an interview where she's like, "No, I won't do a horror film. I won't do that stuff because it brings in bad." And I understand, like, people just not wanting to be, they don't like, and I don't know I can't remember exactly, but I remember her talking about how she thinks it brings in bad energy, blah, blah, blah. I'm not saying that this is the same thing. I know that ideas like this have been around for a lot of people.
Yeah.
And I know that some people just don't like to have that kind of stuff. But the portal thing cracks me up because it is like, and they said portal in that whole segment so many times. They read out and wrote what she said, and then they cut to a clip of her saying the exact same thing. And I was like, you did not have enough for this clip, did you? You did not have enough for this. Because they just kept reiterating it. They were like, here's it on the screen. We're going to read it. Then we're going to cut to it. It's like, she says the portal. It's a portal. The portal. The portal. But I've heard people I know kind of be like, oh, you got to be, because I'm pretty sure, because my aunt loved horror movies. She's one of the people that I got into, reasons why I got into horror movies so much. And I kind of remember my grandmother kind of being like, be careful, you watch too many horror movies, you're bringing in the devil, like this isn't a new concept. But I don't know, it cracks me up. I mean, what?
Yeah, to me, I think so. It's like, I understand, like Tiffany Haddish, if she doesn't want to like associate with that or get involved in that, like I understand how like dealing with certain materials can have an effect on you and have an effect on your brain, especially when you're completely immersed. And I totally get that. Like I think you have a hard time, especially when you're an actor and it's like you are away from home and you are like living this script. It can get into your brain, and I totally get it. And I understand like not wanting to like last night I watched Alien Earth, and it was all these bugs and shit, and I had to take an anti-nausea medicine and go to bed early. Like things do affect you, and I understand wanting to like protect your energy. The idea that the television is a portal that Satan can step through is fucking stupid. That's
exactly
really stupid.
Yeah, everything you said, I agree. That's all I was like, this thing has existed, this is an idea. But for you to be like, there's a portal, like it's going to open. And I love when they cut to the whole, like, she explains that she's done this for a long time, so she understands how this works. So it's like, I don't think you do.
She stars in a series on the Hallmark Network about murder. She like solves murders.
Would that open up a portal?
Is that... so
that's okay. See, that's what I was wondering, because she said like no scary movies, no like video games. But I was like, do you watch thrillers? Can you watch suspense? Can you watch murder stuff? I didn't know that she was in a show about solving murders. That seems kind of.
They're cozy murder mysteries. Murder's not cozy, but it's like the idea that she physically understands how cameras work and what you're doing and how you're play acting, and then to think that on the other side of that somehow, like magically Satan's going to step through.
Like, I can understand if she's like, I don't watch movies like The Exorcist. Okay, fine, sure. Sure, go for it. I know a lot of people who like horror movies that will like put a certain limit on what they like.
Yeah.
But like, can she watch Scream? Because that's just about a bunch of regular people murdering.
Exactly.
It's just human beings murdering, and you do a show about murder. So like, what's the... Like, where does that like land? Yeah. I understand being like, I don't want to watch supernatural stuff or have my kids play like, Silent Hill or something like that. But it's like, how does this portal work? Yeah, that's weird. I didn't know she works on a murder mystery.
And if the TV is a portal, then why can't Satan sneak in through Animal Crossing?
Yeah, exactly.
Or fucking
shit that people get into in that fucking game.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fucking shit that they get into. That's worse than some of the horror movies I've seen. Yeah.
Oh my god. Yeah. Fucking turnips. You know what turnips really are.
Yeah, you know what they really are.
Gonna turn up in your head.
They're gonna turn up in your head. This is gonna happen. It's good. See, and that's how easy it is to turn that stuff around, just like that one guy did. Yeah, no, that stuff always great. And it always, because I remember when I saw that clip, because I saw that thing people were posting about it, and it kind of like, it was one of those things like, because again, I remembered being reminded of that, and like growing up Catholic. It wasn't like a strict Catholic. I didn't even get communion, and a lot of my family did, but I was baptized, and like we went to church for like special, like for holidays and stuff like that. But I remember like talking to friends who are also Catholic. Like when you're growing up, it's real easy for people to be like, oh, be careful, or the devil's, growing up, that they'll be like, if you're bad, the devil's gonna come for you, like using that as like a scare tactic and stuff. But I grew out of that, but hearing that thing cracks me up, because I look around my room and people have joked about like, I have the Necronomicon, I have the Talk to Me hand, I have like so many creepy things, and it's like, if anybody's opening up portals, it's people like me that have, like Guillermo del Toro's whole house is just a shrine to like horror movies and stuff like that, and so it cracks me up when it's stuff like that, because what? It's like, what portals are you like? It's if you just want to say, I don't want my family to watch horror movies, then okay, fine. I also like that she pointed out that her family makes fun of her. Good. That even her kids and husband are like, come on. You're being too much.
Because it's also just like, what? I mean, Okay, so Satan comes in through the portal, and then what? What are you
Yeah.
worried about him doing? You know,
You're
like,
real religious, so you'll be fine.
yeah, I don't know. Is he gonna?
Yeah.
He's gonna mess with your. He's gonna start flushing your toilet. Look at me.
That's right. He's gonna flush your toilet away. I'm gonna ruin this fucking toilet for you. Your water bill's gonna be out of control. Yeah. I forgot about that from last time.
Um,
Yeah.
yeah, but
Good
that's
callback.
that's all I got for Satan. I'm sure there's more. There's this dude, the dude. So the third eagle of the apocalypse has actually a few things that are interesting that I might pull a few more if you ever want to
Yeah.
watch him again in the future because he's got
Yeah.
some
Oh,
whack
please.
ass
Yeah.
shit. I'm pretty sure he talks about Friday. Rebecca
The
Black.
movie?
No, Rebecca Black's song.
Oh, Rebecca Black's. Oh, yes, Friday. Yes, Rebecca Black's song.
Yeah.
Yeah, because she's yeah, that makes sense. I kind of agree with him on that one. That is the herring of the Antichrist. That one. Yeah, that is heralding the Antichrist. Yeah, with that song. Yeah, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Um,
I'm gonna
yeah, that's that.
take that 16-year-old.
Yeah, 16-year-old. Well, she's 16-year-old. 6 is in there. 666. There you go.
There it is.
Yeah, no, it's funny. I mean, forever. I mean, this has been going on. Like in the '80s, Satanic Panic,
Yeah.
which a lot of like movies and shows recently have been addressing about all that stuff. There was like Stranger Things addressed it. There was that whole that show Hysteria on Peacock, that was all about that. So I feel like sometimes what happened, and I think it's because horror movies are becoming so mainstream again. There's such a like they're so popular right now, and they're like on top of their game, and they're being acknowledged by the Academy, and like there was that whole thing about how like Sinners and Weapons and Bloodlines. I think Bloodlines is also up there. But really, the fact it's more Sinners and Weapons. The fact that they are original movies that are horrors, and they made so much money and so successful. Everybody's like, so now, it's just like when the superhero movies got popular, they're like, let's make a bunch.
Mhm.
So now I wonder if they're gonna start making. I mean, bring all the horror movies. I'll
Yeah.
watch them all.
Yeah.
But I wonder how much they're gonna start doing. But I love that they're embracing original ideas.
Yes.
But
Finally.
yeah, exactly. Though already they're like, we want to make a Sinner sequel. We want to make a prequel to Weapons. And I was like, oh, all right, relax. Let's just let it. Though I wouldn't mind a prequel to Weapons with Gladys. But and as long as the directors and the creators are still all involved. But what was I gonna say? It's just that the fact that there's this resurgence in horror. I mean, horror's always been there, but the fact that it's become so mainstream, I think it's becoming that thing again of like these people that are conservative and religious are starting to be like, whoa, this isn't good. This, we can't have this. But I think it is a sign. And I think I brought this up because there's that documentary about the horror in the '80s, and I believe it was Romero that was like, horror is a sign of the times, like the movies that come out. And I think because there is a lot of bad stuff happening in the world right now, I think people are embracing this horror because it's putting a mirror to everything. It's accelerating because people are dealing with it in that way. So I think that's why there's also this combative thing with it.
Yeah. It's I mean, because a horror it can I mean, it can just be fun, but it can also just be a way to process.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. Horrifying things in like a very comfortable, like controlled burst way. You know, sort of like watching a sad movie when you can't really are not letting yourself feel things. But yeah, and I also just feel like there are certain, I'm not saying all Christians, but there are certain groups of Christians who will sort of jump on anything that's popular to sort of get themselves to make it about themselves. You know,
exactly.
Obvious, and I am not saying all, but that it is very much a thing. And I think that like even with Dungeons and Dragons, where Dungeons and Dragons became popular, and like if you sat for 15 seconds with people playing Dungeons and Dragons, you'd be like, oh, this is just harmless. I mean, it's fucking great and fun and storytelling, but but Satan's not going to come through your sheet and your druid character isn't going to summon the devil. Don't worry, like, you'll be fine. Your goofy little lizard man druid isn't going to do anything. I only mention that because I'm making a druid character right now. Yeah, for this one game. I'm in the midst of it. But it is interesting about how I agree. Like, it is one of those things, like, they're using it to like kind of gain that notoriety and like, look at me. Like, I also agree. This is bad. Yeah.
But which makes me kind of happy though, because it shows even more so how much horror is growing, because people are pointing out again, and how much, like, because I remember last year we were like, man, they were so good, and then this year everybody's like, we're eating good, like everything that's been coming out has been incredible, and then there's even more to come, and there's all these like crazy concepts like the Carpenter son, which we started with, coming back to it, and and I also agree, like, also I'll watch a really bad goofy horror movie,
Oh yeah.
and be so grin on my face, like it doesn't need to be deep and understanding. Sometimes it's just weird and stupid, and it could be super fun.
Yeah.
It could be so fun. Yeah.
Yeah. Horror's the best. Horror's the best.
It is.
Yeah. Oh, shit's the best. Suck on that, thrillers.
Yeah. Yeah, take that, thrillers, suspense. Yeah.
I'm trying to think of another. Take that, Regency. Is that a thing?
Regency. Yeah. Yeah, take that, crime. I don't know. Erotic thrillers.
Yeah, suck on that, erotica in general. You know you want to.
You want to, erotica.
Awesome. Well, that's it from me. Thank you so much, Nick, for participating in this lively and tuneful conversation.
Yeah, we got in it.
Thanks so much to everybody for listening. Please drop a like and subscribe if you don't mind. I'd really appreciate it. And we'll catch you in the next one. Bye, babies.
Bye.